United nil, and Bono with four! Absolutely demolishing them.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything, but actually we know nothing. I think all of us are sort of containing our excitement because we want to talk about one particular game. Liverpool fan, Imran, Chelsea fan, Robin, Newcastle fan, Manjun, I myself, Mark, I'm a Fulham fan. I think Manchester United fans have had a pretty tough weekend, getting abuse from their fans about finishing bottom of the table after match week 2. So on a lighter note, have you all ever noticed that Erik Ten Hag kind of looks a little bit like Walter White he's the main character in the award-winning Netflix show Breaking Bad. There's another 2 words you could use to describe Manchester United's performance against Brentford, where they lost 4-0. Erik Ten Hag, also the first Manchester United manager in over 100 years to lose his first 2 matches. Interestingly, Man U ended up getting relegated that season. Robin, who last week predicted a Brentford Manchester United was going to be the game to watch, and he was pretty much spot on.
Okay, it was exciting to watch, but the manner in which it happened was damn disappointing though. Those stupid cheap goals to concede is very typical Man U at the same time. But it wasn't what we expected. I think a lot of us predicted draw or something like that at best, or even Man U to win. So it was funny when I went and I saw the result, and I saw the highlights after that, and it's quite stupid. Because I joined the game halfway, then shit.
It's been a long time since I got that kind of happiness after watching a game. Especially after the 4 goal, right? It was speechless kind of happiness. I think, there's a bit difference. I would actually compare a little bit to the Germany's 7-1 win over Brazil. It's not as if I hate Brazil or anything. I do hate Manchester United, but it's a different thing. But it was sort of a similarish feeling. You feel you feel the significance of the result. This is really rock bottom for Manchester United. Even in your wildest dreams, this would never have been a possibility, right?
I turned on the TV, right? Not TV. I turned on the ad at 42 minutes. I had to double take it, triple take it. I thought, what the fuck? Because before I watched the game, I saw the lineup. I mean, the Man U team looks okay. Ronaldo is there.
So man, it's too offensive that I felt I was a little worried for them.
So I mean, it's seems like an okay Man U team, and then what the fuck? I mean, I personally think it'll get worse from here.
I mean, how you can't go lower than 20, so I would think this is rock bottom, yeah. And I think especially the way they conceded the goals, I don't think it can get worse than that. But that's also a good thing, right? Because you're not gonna make that sort of mistakes every week, I think.
I mean, you never know. You also predicted Manchester United to win because they can't possibly lose every week, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know I think still a bit hard to tell now because Liverpool haven't played this week. Or we also don't win again, and then it's also another crisis.
Manchester United have only been down 4-0 at halftime against 2 clubs now. Because this time they were 4-0 down against Brentford. The other side they were 4-0 down against Liverpool. That's their next opponent. So you never know. Maybe Liverpool would also rack up the goals against them. Then maybe that's a whole new low. But I guess I have to ask Imran, even if Man U were to lose, let's say they match this result, they lose 4-0 to Liverpool, it's nowhere close to losing 4-0 to Brentford, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's nowhere close. I think if you lose 4-0 to Liverpool, the fans sort of can still accept it. It's that's been the result for the past couple of seasons. So it's yeah, I think losing to Brentford 4-0 and especially having 4 goals in one half is sort of a new low for any team, not even just Man U. It's if you were Fulham, you're losing 4-0 to Brentford in the first half. Also, I think quite a shocking result already.
That's true. Yeah.
So for Man U to do it, I don't know. But I think I still think it's a one-off thing, because the first 2 mistakes really is sort of the individual mistakes from the goalkeeper, right? Sort of. So if he didn't do that, maybe they lose 2-0. Which isn't that bad. Yeah, but hopefully they don't improve next week. It's their confidence is already shot already. So it's just gonna get worse. I mean, that's what I hope for. But I also think that they won't play the same way. They won't approach the game the same way. Like you mentioned, they went to this very offensive, right? And then feel like maybe they need to bounce back after the first week loss, right? To make a statement or sort of make a comeback. But I think against Liverpool now, they are just gonna defend 11 men behind the ball and just minimize casualties.
Eriksen has now played a false 9 in his first game, and now as a false number 6 in his second game. Does Erik Ten Hag have to sort of take some blame in not knowing what he's doing?
I mean, of course, but I mean, if you look at the team lineup, like if you want to replace McTominay, like who else is there actually to do it?
Van der
I mean,
Beek?
I mean, I guess so, but he's also not that kind of CDM role. And
Correct.
personally, and I don't think like he would want to like risk putting like a youngster there. Then what if they really get smashed if he plays a youngster there? I think he'll get more criticism then.
Actually, I feel that now that you mentioned Ten Hag, right? I'm thinking, right, does he know how to play any other way or not? He feels like the sort of manager where he's like, you don't care, like whatever you do, I'm gonna play my style. It's like maybe he don't know how to play defensively. I don't know. Hoping for that. Then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go head to head with like any other team playing the same way. I mean, that would be ideal for Liverpool.
Actually, good point. At Ajax, he's the biggest team there. They only like dominate possession all the time, so it's easy to just implement his kind of style. But at Manchester United, you don't have the best players in the league, so you have to sort of be a little bit defensive sometimes. Like I'm not saying that Manchester United should go and bring in a Sam Allardyce or something like that to go and shore up the defense or something. But I'm saying maybe it requires a little bit of that, like Jose Mourinho previously also. What should be the aim for Manchester United this season though? Like I don't think can you really say like after 2 games top 4 is already out of the question?
If they keep playing like that, it's definitely out of the question. The first game their defending was shit, right? It's very preventable goals. None of the top 4 teams will concede that easily, I think. So I think their aims for the season should be at best Europa League. And that's very good already. And that's on paper, their team should be able to achieve it. Yeah, to be fair, I think Eriksen played okay. He was like probably their best midfielder. And that's kind of like an old man. Yeah, and that's like an old man already. So it's like he can't play like that every game in the season. You can't just rely on him. So yeah, I think realistically it's Europa League at best.
How about at worst? Maybe ask Manjun, who is a little bit of an expert in relegation battles. Could they be in a relegation fight?
Okay, I think it's unspeakable if they are in a relegation fight. We shan't even talk about it. That one is as much as we hate them, like that's too much for Man U.
Okay, but honestly, right, their performances these 2 games, right, has been the worst in the Premier League, correct?
That is true. But I mean, teams have faced worse and they managed to, still fight for European places, even though they lose 2 games in a row. So I think at worst, I think they finished 10th place or like Chelsea that season where they didn't really invest. Yeah, something like that, 9 or 10. Then will Ten Hag keep his job if he finish 10? I don't know. I'll say no.
Oh, okay. Interesting question. I think they should keep Erik Ten Hag regardless. I mean, unless they go down, then there's obviously
a best manager in the fucking
go down.
Who knows? You don't play Steve Bruce for fuck's sake.
Maybe next week 5-0, then you just get fired already. It's like
that's always. And then what's the worst? Not worst thing. If you're a Manchester United fan, right? If he gets like 5-0 by Liverpool and he gets fired because of that, right? Another season just written off like that. Then they need to interim manager again.
They can finally bring Zidane.
Why would he want to come? Yeah,
man.
I mean, I think it's a better manager than Hag. I mean, I don't know both botak, but both very
okay. Is that the hiring criteria? Okay, I mean, little bit of have to give credit to Brentford also. I don't think any of us predicted Brentford to go down this season, but I don't think any of us were predicted them to be this good also. Potential for Brentford to be dark horses.
I mean, Tottenham I think is fine. Like I mean, they can finish 10 or 9, but I think anything beyond that is a bit out of their squad there at the moment. Okay. I mean, they invested well, but I don't think like the players they invested are like a tier, those European tier kind of players.
Even any chance? I mean, I know from how you're saying you're still not 100% sure that Liverpool will just hand out another thrashing to Manchester. So there's a little bit of you, maybe it's from our childhood or whatever, scared that there's a one-off Manchester United are back suddenly.
It's like with their confidence so low, they like going out to play. I think they will be quite scarred from the past 2 games, and they will be looking to minimize their loss. Also because their squad is like not really together. Every other day we hear people like not happy in the team, then like don't want Maguire to be captain or want Ronaldo to be out, like all those sort of random rumors coming out everywhere, right? So I think if their squad is not united, then I mean no pun intended. Then it's a bit hard to come out with a result against Liverpool. But also because Liverpool haven't hit the ground running yet, so I also a bit like don't want to give us too much benefit of a doubt yet, right?
in terms of like lineup or personnel, any changes you will make for the Manchester United lineup for the upcoming game against Liverpool?
I think can consider dropping Bruno, like to be very harsh. He's the kind of guy that kind of disappears in the big games, always trying the spectacular long ball, through bus, that kind of thing, which I don't think has worked well in big games lah. Yeah, so might have to consider being harsh and dropping Bruno. Yeah, I think maybe should drop Ronaldo also from starting lineup. He's too much of a passenger, and then you cannot risk that kind of performance against a very, very active Liverpool team. Huh?
Okay, so who plays up front?
Wow, who do they even have?
There's no one else, right? Striker?
Probably, yeah, they only have Rashford, right?
Is he even a like number 9?
Yeah, lor, that's the problem. They have no one, right? To play that stupid Ilanga.
Stupid Ilanga. What can I do to you?
I don't know. He's literally not done anything this season.
I mean, I probably won't start Shaw lah. I'll start Malacia from the start. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of Man U fans asking for that.
I'll probably start Tom Heaton also at this point. Why the fuck not, right?
Will you start the new centre back, the Lisandro?
I was going to say, like, is it too harsh to take him out now in his third
Or
game?
to drop him?
Yeah.
I think if they want to start him, they have to go to a back 5. Because I don't think he can be in a 2. He has to be part of a back 3.
Who?
Yeah.
Lisandro
Martinez.
The new guy. Because he's too short.
He damn short, yeah. Ayo.
Maybe, but is back 5 plus 2 midfield pivots too defensive? I also don't know also. But
no choice.
Yeah.
5-2-2-1, but that's quite defensive.
No, but the main thing is, does Ten Hag even know how to set up that formation? Maybe he never even played that before.
Just put together.
Well, you ask him like, hey, Ten Hag, try a back 5, and he's like, back 1?
What?
Yeah, we can start with predictions for the upcoming game, Manchester United against Liverpool.
Okay, I think we'll be spanking. Okay, I'm going to say another 4 like harsh. I'm going to say 3-0.
I'll go for another 4-0.
Not quite a big scoreline. I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, same for me. I think they're going to be a lot more cautious. Yeah, and I just saw a fun fact today. They were saying how Jadon Sancho has more managers than he has goals in the Premier League.
The only goal so far is Alexis McAllister own goal. So
that can be their goal of the month. Only one goal.
You should aim for that. Chelsea Spurs London derby ended 2-2.
Oh, it's another one of those games where Chelsea played so damn well but failed to win. Regardless of the refereeing decision, we should have easily smacked and wiped Spurs off like 3-4-0. It's ridiculous. The chances that we miss is, oh my god. Wow, it's just so frustrating that in the end we lost, or rather draw, because of stupid refereeing. I don't even know how they explain it. But I'm very proud of the way the team played. But we need 3 points lah, so it's damn stupid. I'd rather play like shit and get 3 points than play them well and get a freaking draw.
I don't know, I can see 2 sides to it. Like, first of all, I think not like a lot of people came into this season not really giving Chelsea much chance, right? So the fact that they played so well, the fact that they actually played like how they played under Tuchel when they were doing well before, shows that they are still at that standard. Also, together with it, the fact that they are playing the same way, right, it means that they still have the same problems, which is that they have no clinical strikers up front. They can play very well and not score goals. Both their goals are from defenders. And I don't think that's sustainable. So it's like throughout the season, you can't just count on random people throughout the squad to build well all the time, right? Without a main like number 9.
Spurs kind of didn't really get to play much. Also, like Harry Kane and Son Heung-min, you hardly saw them much also in the game. Kulusevski kind of struggled a little bit also. Yeah, a bit concerning. But I guess maybe the consolation is that Conte could now turn to his bench and change the game with his substitutes also. Like Bissouma came on, Richarlison came on, changed his formation up a little bit. Maybe last season Spurs didn't have that kind of strength in depth to be able to do that. Robbie, in terms of the controversy, you might as well talk about it. Clearly, you're going to be a little bit biased and say that Spurs probably didn't deserve both goals.
Yeah, I mean, I am obviously biased. The first goal is hard to say lah. The one they say offside. Richarlison did move, which might have distracted Mendy or affected his judgment, but it's very hard to say. The pulling hair one is quite stupid. I thought they were checking VAR, then overruled, then foul. But on Chelsea's fault, they should not have lost their heads and lose their man at the corner. They should have defended it and saw the game out. The old Chelsea would have defended that no problem. So how they let Harry Kane get a free header at the last minute of the game is unacceptable. So that's beyond the refereeing decision. But otherwise, first goal is maybe not yet a bit iffy whether it's offside or not. But I thought in the build-up that the Bentancur's tackle on Kai Havertz looked like a foul to me, even though there was like a very tiny toe touch on the ball. But the second goal, definitely, I thought it was a clear foul, which I didn't know why it wasn't given also.
I mean, yeah, Chelsea conceding in injury time for the third time in their last 6 home matches. So a little bit concerning of a stat. Have to ask Inran, who is probably a bit more objective when it comes to the two refereeing decisions. Do you think Spurs also shouldn't have gotten both their goals?
I think maybe the first one. I mean, not that VAR can do anything about it, but I think the tackle at the like Robin said, the tackle on Kai Havertz was probably a foul. So, but you can't pull that like the play back so far, right? And then like the Chelsea players or like Kai Havertz were like still moaning like halfway, then the goal going really. Then I think that was the main thing that started the fight between like Conte and Tuchel. Not the offside part. It's like the foul started it all. Then he's like, oh, why you foul already? Still let the play go on. So that one I think is a bit more clear. I actually think the second goal, the pulling hair part, didn't play much part in it, because the thing is like they weren't part of the play, right? And then it's also not like a red card decision or anything. So like the VAR, how are you supposed to overturn it if it's just like a regular foul and it's not part of the build up to the goal? Unless they say like, oh, it's a clear red card error.
In terms of the other fight that was happening, not on the pitch, slightly off the pitch, Tuchel against Conte, did that sort of add to the enjoyment of the game?
Yeah, I think it did. I think it added enjoyment for everybody. It's the old school Premier League we love to watch. It got us hooked back then. And we've not seen this type of shit for a long, long time. Yeah, I think it's much needed. And it reminded us of what a derby really is, which is really mad, ridiculous antics even from the manager. Very unnecessary, but we love it. It's entertainment.
Spurs will be facing Wolves in the next game.
Okay, I gave Spurs 3-0 against Chelsea for fuck's sake. Okay, never mind. I gave Spurs 3-0 against Wolves.
I'm going to go Spurs 1-0.
Yeah, I think I'll go for Spurs 1-0 too.
To do Leeds against Chelsea.
I'll go 2-0 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea.
Leeds against Chelsea. I mean, Leeds did drop a 2-goal lead to Southampton, so that speaks volumes also. I think that one must score 2. Let's go 3-2 Chelsea.
I think Robin also mentioned this last week, that he wished that Chelsea had gone for Gabriel Jesus. But he had 2 goals, 2 assists in this game. Basically, he was involved in all 4 goals. It was the Gabriel Jesus show against Leicester. Could have scored more also. Perhaps could Gabriel Jesus even get the Golden Boot?
No, I don't think so. Over the whole season, I don't think Arsenal can keep up steam. Yeah, I think the issue is still squad depth. Like beyond their starting 11, their next 11 is pretty trash already. I don't think they can compete as effectively to maintain such a strong push.
I wouldn't say so overly impressed. I mean, this is Leicester. They're on the downhill now. So, we would expect this for Arsenal, given their targets this season. But I'm going to say that Jesus is going to win Golden Boot.
Oh, okay. I don't remember you actually putting that as your prediction, but okay, sure.
Seems like it. I mean, I think half of Arsenal's goals will probably be from him. So they score 50, he's going to get 25. Easy.
Okay. Well, analysis. But okay, in terms of Arsenal's next game, it should be an easy game. Arsenal will be the next visitors to Bournemouth's Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth, of course, got spanked 4-0 by Manchester City last time out. No surprises there. But yeah, so I think we can sort of start the predictions with Manjun.
Yeah, I go for 3-0. 3-0 to Arsenal.
Okay. So from your analysis, Gabriel Jesus should get 1.5 goals.
Yes.
Okay. Robin.
Hockey assist.
I feel like I'm going to predict a lot of 2-0s. I'll go for another 2-0, but for Arsenal here.
2-0 Arsenal. Imran.
I think I'm going to go for 3-1 Arsenal.
Man City won 4-0 against Bournemouth. Nothing surprising here. Maybe the surprise is that Erling Haaland didn't score. He had a kind of a game with Lukaku type of stats. He only had 8 touches of the ball. But the difference is that one of the touches was actually an assist. So, yeah, quality instead of quantity. But yeah, no surprise. Bournemouth went full defensive, back 5, 2 CDMs. Basically, didn't even bother playing out from their half at all. But upcoming Man City will be away to Newcastle. I guess maybe this is their toughest test so far. Let's start with the Newcastle fan. How do you feel about this one?
I don't think Eddie Howe's gonna sit back. Okay, fine, he's gonna sit back lah. No lah, I think we are nowhere close enough to even challenge a Man City team like this. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go straight to prediction lah. I think it'll be 2-0 lah.
I'm going to go 2-1 Man City.
I'll go 3-1 Man City.
Yeah, I think I'll go for 2-1 also.
I watched 2.5 games and all I saw is the crappy Nottingham Forest goal.
Okay.
Basically, I watched the Newcastle whole game. I watched the Forest whole game. I watched the Man U Brentford second fucking half.
Okay.
Yes.
Not bad.
If
So
you're-
out of 3 games, you saw 1 goal.
He's the cap. Do you see the goal?
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, don't know lah. Forest are still waiting on them. I'm still waiting for all their 12, 13, 14, 15 signings to just start all together.
Yeah. Some people might think that's exaggerating. Nottingham Forest just signed their 15th signing this week. I know that there's no rule on there's no limit on how many players you can sign, but to be honest, 15 is a bit obscene. This is way beyond the Fulham spending 100 million previously. We didn't sign 15 players.
How much have they spent already?
I think it's not much because
I
like
think
they signed
it's
Link
close
up
to
free.
100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not much I think it's a steal. 15 players, 100 million.
Hey,
You're getting
who knows?
more
Maybe
pay.
this is the strategy that Man U need to go with. You just
3-2-5.
no, just buy
Just buy 15 players.
yeah, like 10 players for 10 mil each. Like even though they may not be good, right? But at least they will put like the players that come in will put in the hard work, right? Then minimally you can still do some sort of like pressing.
That's true. Yeah, because suddenly competition for places very intense, right? Suddenly like you literally don't know who's going to be in the first team.
No lah,
Yeah.
because the player coming in know that they don't deserve to be there, then they will work extra hard. They like, oh, it's not like players with big egos, You go and sign like 10 of the random EPL players, I don't know, like from Bournemouth or what, then they'll work damn hard.
Yeah.
It's
To be fair, not even
it's the
Forest are
signing.
signing players from Bournemouth plus. So.
It's the what happens is that Leon guy confirmed already.
Yeah, lor,
No,
they're
but
getting the power.
apparently the deal is closed, which I'm amazed. Like
Oh my god.
all the like Arsenal, Everton, Newcastle were all linked to Osam Awa, right? And then like it's been like how many seasons since they were linked to him? Like 2-3 seasons. Nottingham Forest appear 5 minutes, the deal is done already. Like I don't understand this.
Is it because
Maybe they
the
promised them
other
season.
clubs don't want him already?
No way.
I
saw a lot
think it's
of-
a little bit of that also. Like there must be some issue why the other clubs all withdraw from the like
Maybe it's like the Liverpool and what's his name?
Nabil Fekir.
is it?
Yeah, then his
Fekir,
heart condition thing. Don't know what thing.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know lah. I think it's something that's very weird. We'll see how it goes for Forest, but of course we got the first win.
I can't for the next game, Nottingham Forest against who?
Okay, we might as well mention that Forest already got their first win. One team that hasn't got their first points, Everton, will be their next opponents. Everton will be hosting Forest at Goodison Park. Interesting game this one because Everton still missing a number 9, but they actually debuted one of their summer signings, and he actually had a pretty good debut. Can't remember what's his name.
No, don't even.
Okay. Why Manju? What's his name?
I don't want to say sorry.
Okay, yeah, it's too cringe to say his
Onana.
name.
What's
His
his
name is Onana.
Isn't that the keeper? Also
No,
got
not
Ahmad.
Andre Onana.
Yeah.
His name is Amadou
Different.
Onana.
It's the Czech to Korea. I also got a lot.
I don't know if anyone wants to mention anything about the Villa Everton game. Interesting stat is that Luka Dean has played for both these clubs. He's playing for Aston Villa. He scored an own goal for Everton. Last season, he was playing for Everton. He scored an own goal for Aston Villa. So I don't know what to say about him.
Getting confused.
Okay, we can start with Everton Nottingham. We start with England.
I think 0-0.
Frank Lampard will get his first win here, 1-0 to Everton.
I'm gonna go opposite. I'm so excited by Nottingham Forest.
But the new 15 new players.
Wow, freaking Everton has no strikers. Nottingham Forest has 10 of them. So I think.
That's true. They don't stop signing strikers. I cannot take it.
Oh
but
my god,
whatever.
they wish they
So
can get everybody.
just win by numbers. Just rush them.
I think I'm gonna go. The Forest era starts now. I go 3-0 Forest.
Wow. Okay.
Is it Forest are making the purchases that you thought Newcastle gonna make? That's why you.
That's why.
Going to go draw here. 1-1. Both 0-0 games, the goalkeeper was a man of the match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nick Pope for Newcastle.
Well, thank God for Nick Pope, man. Thank the fuck lot. Oh, best signing of the season for us.
Is he a new signing?
Yeah,
Who did he replace?
Dubravka. You don't know
Who's
is he? It was someone.
You can see Inran's loading screen. But
I was like,
He he has been our number 1 for 3 seasons lah. Martin Dubravka.
Oh, okay. Heard of him, but like don't know whether good or not. Just like
I mean, it's
Yeah.
okay lor. Yeah, it's nothing
I'm co-
spectacular lor.
I'm convinced, right, that the 4 saves that Nick Pope made, right, I think Dubravka will let that all in. Confirm one. This
Yeah, but actually, I don't know if you know this, but this is Newcastle's first goalless draw in 50 league games. So this is a Steve Bruce wet dream.
he wish he can get a goalless draw, please. Aiyo.
Actually, I was surprised by that stat. I thought like with Steve Bruce, you must have surely gotten a goalless draw at some point. But okay.
No way lah. No way. Clean sheet Got big of such thing one.
That's true. With wet dreams, you don't get clean sheets. Okay, the other goalless draw.
I must say, that is one of the best yet.
Top tier joke, really.
Not bad.
Top tier.
So with
He's
the
got to
other
be on
goalless,
Sky Sports.
remove Gary Lineker already. With the other goalless draw, Wolves Fulham.
Mitrovic
I mean,
is back.
Yeah. So in terms of the next game for Fulham, will be up against Brentford. It's a West London derby. Have to ask Manjun, will we be showing Manchester United how to beat Brentford?
Beating is a stretch. I think you're capable of getting a draw. If you're 1-1 .
Yeah, I think it's gonna be maybe 2-2.
I'm going to go one further. I'm going to say Fulham get a win. 2-1.
I'll go 2-1 Brentford,
West Ham against Brighton.
but I'll just go for them to finally win here 1-0.
I'm gonna say West Ham will screw up. I'm gonna say 2-0 Brighton.
I think it's gonna be 1-1.
1-1 also. Leicester Southampton.
1-1.
Hey, but Adam Armstrong assist.
They're not bad. I will watch that one. Not bad. But walao, but this is what he does. He always like scams you thinking he's good, right? In the first few games. Like Mitrovic, it's the same shit.
Okay.
Then he can't miss.
Okay, all former Newcastle players like that.
Yeah, that's true. It's fucking Newcastle players.
Because you're gonna scam.
It's gonna scam then they go out, they what fuck. Yeah.
I think Leicester to finally get their win. I think 2-0.
1-1 also.
2-2 result here.
I think Man U fans must be really damn sian. Like, just start the season only, like, gone already.
I pity them in a shitty position, man. And I don't think it's the manager's fault anymore.
It's everyone's fault all the time. At least
Players right?
players' fault. It's the manager's fault to a certain extent. Hey, I mean, even Oli can get a good result with this team. So
So what now? He's stuck in Liverpool now.
yeah, if you do worse than Oli, that means it's your fault also.
That's
Okay, maybe.
sort of
Maybe.
true.
Yeah.
Although to be honest, right, maybe this is I don't think it's a hot take or something, but I think the problem, right, was even hiring Oli in the first place, like as a permanent manager. I think that's the start of their demise. Yeah, because like he's like not even like he's not a disciplinarian or anything. He haha around. Then the players like right at the start, okay lah. Like a lot of the players will enjoy it and all that, but you cannot have that for like 2 years. You
Yeah,
have 2 years after all,
eventually
you suck
get found out already.
yeah.
Yeah, and now that you mention it, is he the one that promoted all the young squad, like the people to come up, like all the Rashford, Lingard, all that? Like,
Rashford was before him. Rashford is under
they've
Ben
been
Howe
around.
already.
yeah, I remember at one point they also were like a very low point, right? That's why they even hired Oli in the first place. Then he played a lot of like young players,
Yeah.
including
Then the feel good factor, then he's one of our own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's his fault.
Yeah, but don't tell that to Man U fans. Later they hire him back as interim manager.
Yeah, probably all the Rashford, all that, it's like the up and coming young players also in the end didn't get enough, I guess, training or didn't get enough like professional coaching. Then that's why they all become like that.
Actually, really quite a waste of their time. Like they go there and then they stagnate don't know how many years.
Who are they doing well under Van Gaal?
I mean, even then also
Van
like, okay,
Gaal?
they finished top 4 lor. Or Mourinho, they also finished just top 4 lor. But now they're not even close to that.
Yeah, but you do that with a group of like up and coming young players from your own academy, then it's like feel good. It's like changing things.
At this point, really don't know when's the next time Man U will win a title. Maybe not in our lifetime.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's asking for too much, I think.
Yeah, even Liverpool also win already. It's like
yeah, that's true. No, but I don't know if maybe hard to say like when Liverpool were finishing 8th, I bet at that time people were also saying the same thing also.
Yeah, if you get 50 years, it's still possible to be in our lifetime. So
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see,
still see them win again.
need to see who their owner is. If it's the same people, then obviously
Glazer.
it's just forever gonna be like that.
Well, Gary never come with his grave at Tiva. He's still fucking Glazer.
Can't blame them for not trying. They did spend a lot of money. It's just that they don't know how to run the club, so the money all just wasted.
Still planning to watch the 3M game.
Cannot already, I cannot. If I sleep at 10, then I wake up at 3. But now I sleep at 12, I cannot wake up. Oh no, I don't have to go to office tomorrow. So I can wake up at 9. So
Then you
3,
can stay for game, what?
Yeah,
Take it can, what?
and then I sleep from 5 to 9, 4 hours.
Yeah, 5 to 9, lor. So 1 to 3, 5 to 9. 7 hours.
That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not
6 hours,
I-
7. Oh, still got 7 hours.
7.
But this one is 7 hours of interrupted rest.
Even though we know nothing, hopefully today you learn something. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm surprised we haven't forget to record for one of the sessions yet.
Don't say that.
After 3 years.
Oh my.